What's up everyone, Darcblade here bringing you a new series for Assassin's Creed 3 called 100% Sync. In this series, we take a look at the harder missions in Assassin's Creed 3 single player and how to get 100% synchronization with these missions by completing all the additional objectives. This is easier said than done, as some of the additional objectives are actually quite hard to complete. And so I hope these little guides will come in useful for people trying to get the 100% synchronization complete for all the missions, and thus unlocking the trophy/achievement Perfectionist. Now, like I said, I won't be covering all of the missions, I'll only be focusing on the harder ones, but I'll try to do as many as I can. Anyway, the first episode for 100% Sync will be looking at the mission called The Surgeon in Sequence 2. For this mission, your overall objective is to find Ben Church, but you are given 3 additional objectives. At the start of this mission, there is a little bit of a tutorial that shows you how to eavesdrop, so the additional objectives only really come into play after you've done the tutorial, and after you've synchronized yourself on top of the church that's near the mission objectives. Anyway, the first additional objective is to not fail a single eavesdrop. The first eavesdrop is quite simple. All you have to do is prop yourself up against the weapons rack that the British soldiers are standing near. This was shown in the previous scene. Now, the second eavesdrop is a little bit more tricky, but also an additional objective in itself. You have to successfully complete this moving eavesdrop. To do this, you basically have to use the environment. Use the haystack, this tree to break line of sight, or maybe this bench over here to successfully complete this one. The third and final eavesdrop is a simple one as well. All you have to do is merge into the crowd, sit on a bench, something like that. Nothing too tricky at all. You always get a warning if you're about to fail an eavesdrop as well. Either the people will notice you and thus the little bar above their head will start filling up, or the screen will start flashing as the animus desynchronizes because you are getting too far away from your targets to successfully complete the eavesdrop. Now, both these additional objectives are considerably easy. It doesn't really take much time and effort to successfully complete them. However, the third and final additional objective is to remain undetected, and there is a part of this mission where there is a restricted area, which means you can be detected instantly. I almost get detected here actually, but luckily I got away with it. Anyway, my advice is to use the rooftops. There are a surprising lack of guards on the rooftops in this restricted area, so use this to your advantage. Climb across the roofs to get to your mission objective. One word of advice though is to keep an eye on Charles, as he can become lost or stuck, and if you get too far away from him, it will fail the mission for you. Don't panic too much if a guard does slightly notice you. If they do see you or spot you for a split second, a little meter will appear above their head. This will slowly fill up. Once it does fill up and become completely red, then the guard will have noticed you and you would have failed the remain undetected additional objective. Now, some people might struggle with the getting to the mission objective from the rooftops, but that isn't the hard part. This is the hard part, where you need to pickpocket and steal a key from a guard leader. There are multiple guards you can steal the key from, but the one I find the easiest is the one in the corner here, because there are only him and one patrol unit that is nearby. The patrol unit can be assassinated here from the long grass, but as you see here, he actually got away from me a bit too quickly. Anyway, once he's out the way and off patrolling down the other end of the warehouse dock, you can go and easily pickpocket the guard leader here, who is easily distracted by the lads fishing. Once you've done that, head back to the warehouse where Lee will be waiting for you. Unlock the door and you will trigger the next part of the mission. So basically this is it. This is all you have to do to get 100% synchronization in this mission. It's not that difficult, but when I first played through it, I did have a little bit of trouble with the pickpocketing and finding a guard that had minimum amount of guards around him. Anyway, after you do get into the warehouse, there is a scene where you take out a few British guards, but this doesn't really have any additional objectives to it. Once you complete this sequence, the mission is pretty much done. However, there is one more additional objective, and that is to complete all the constraints in one playthrough. This means that you actually have to play and complete all the mission objectives in one sitting. You're allowed to use checkpoints and restart from them, and you're allowed to go back into the Animus and replay missions, but you have to do the entirety of the mission for this additional objective to be complete. Anyway, I've been Darcblade bringing you the 100% sync guide for Assassin's Creed 3. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, subscribe and like for more.